Hey guys, I just wanted to jump on and thank everybody for all the love and support that you guys have shown regarding the races this past weekend. A lot of people asked if I could sort of summarize the whole experience and how it went. I honestly had so much fun. I'm a competitive person, and it was hard for me not to get too competitive because it is just for fun. But I did enjoy just trying to beat my last run each time, right? It was all new to me. I've never raced before. I've never used the light system, so it was it was all a learning curve for me, and it was super fun just, getting into something new and trying to be the best that I could be in the situation. So I ended up racing 9 times altogether, and I won 7 and lost 2, but don't get me wrong, definitely had luck on my side with some of those wins. Some people red lighted and whatnot. So anyway, it doesn't even matter about the wins and losses. The whole fact is that I had a blast, and I met so many great people. We both did. It's hard to fathom just the camaraderie that was at that event. It was crazy. Everybody just piled around the car when it wasn't running right and jumped in. Everybody was running for this and running for that and trying to, troubleshoot as fast as we could so I could get it on the track. And it was honestly amazing. I really encourage everybody to, if you can, go to Pinetree Jamboree next year. It's super fun. Even if you don't have a flathead to race, just go and watch. It's there's so many nice cars there. It really takes you back in time. And that's what it's all about, is keeping the whole sport alive and remembering where it came from. I've seen, a lot of comments coming in about, how the race car wasn't running right before we left and how it should have been, and how Chad should know everything possible to do with mechanics and everything. That isn't the case, and Chad's not a mechanic. He's never pretended to be, and anyways, it's not that way. But before we left on Friday, we started the car for the first time in over a year around 12:30 noon, and it ran good. I backed it out of the shop, pulled it around front, turned it off. We went to go get the trailer. When we came back, it wasn't sounding good. It was stalling out. It barely wanted to run, so we had to push it on the trailer. And this is where, you could go either way. You could say, oh, it's not running, we can't show up with the car not running. No, that wasn't in the books for us. We were going no matter what. So we pushed it on and we left. On the drive, we were trying to troubleshoot what it could be, right? So we thought maybe we burned the points from running a 12-volt battery with a 6-volt system. So, it was on our to-do list to stop at a Napa in Maine and get a resistor and, try to figure out how to hook it up at the hotel before we even went to the event, right? And then we also thought it may have been vapor locking, so because the lines were running close to the manifold. So we, we're gonna go to a hardware store and get some insulation to put around the wires and whatnot. So Saturday morning, as we're on our way to the racetrack, we stop at the Napa, and there's 2 guys there that are in a hot rod that are on their way to the Pinetree Jamboree, and they were like, hey, it's Pat Chad. So we started talking to them in Napa, and we were telling them about the issues. One of the guys was a wiring genius and taught at the local college. So he was like, I'm gonna help you guys, don't worry about it. So we got what we needed, ran to the racetrack, and they came over to the car and got the resistor set up, but it was still not firing on 2 cylinders. And we couldn't figure out what was going on. So we had a bunch of other people rush the car and try to diagnose it and troubleshoot it. It ended up being the points adjuster. So everybody helped out, pitched in, and got it working properly. I had all 6 cylinders running when I got to the racetrack, or to the race line, and it was just onward and upward from then. And I just want to say thank you to everyone again. It was, I have so many cool pictures of everybody just huddled around the car, and it was just, I don't know, it was just such a cool experience. And I just want to thank everybody because, it really made it that much more of an experience for us. It's kind of funny to go back to all the videos that we did when we were building the car last summer, and Chad modifying the drive shaft is one of the things that comes up, and it was very controversial. you can't do it, you can't do it, it's not going to work. And it did work. And, you know, even the perforated firewall, a lot of people didn't like that whole concept. I personally do. Goes with the theme of the car. This isn't a car for the road. This is like for 8th mile running. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. And, you know, when you look at the other cars that were there, some people were running roadsters with no windshields. Some had chicken wire for windshields. Like, you sort of have to realize, or you don't have to, but it is the genre of the event. That's what we built the car for. We didn't build a car to run on the road. No, it has a hardtail. It's, you know, it's a drag car of the time. Another thing that we did was sort of unconventional, but, you know, relevant to the 30s was cable brakes. We only had brakes on the front wheels, and Chad ran a cable system with pulleys using aircraft wire or cable or whatever. So that was, you know, a little nerve-wracking, but they worked great. And it was funny, we were scrolling through cars last night, and we found a 1935 Bugatti that had cable brakes, and Bugattis were race cars, and it was just kind of like, oh wow, Bugatti did it, so why can't we do it? And we did, and it worked out great. So now it's all about just refining and getting ready for next year. So anyway, thanks again, and we'll see you at the track next year.
That's one sweet running truck. Alrighty, we just got home from the races. We had a fantastic time, but when we got home, we had a package in front of the door, and I was very surprised. You can remember we did the chroming of the bumper on the truck. We did the chroming on the visor. I still have it on there. But when we got home, we had a package at the door, and surprise, surprise, Cal's Custom Chrome has sent us some more chrome. Look out, we're got a chroming factory going on now, baby. But it's fantastic that they sent that. We appreciate it. I think they appreciate that the chrome bumper video, or the whatever, got over more than a million views. That's quite something else. That's awesome. And it tells me that other people might take that idea and go for it themselves. We've got some 1/8 inch there. They give us some, I don't know what, 1/4 inch chrome there, 1/4 inch round, and they give us some 3/4 inch half round. That's what I usually do the bumpers with, is a 3/4 inch half round. That's what I usually do that with. Basically, I've got more chrome now to do more things with. That's why I pulled the truck up. And as I'm looking at the truck, I'm thinking that I want to just play with it. That's all I'm doing, is playing with it. But basically what I have done, I've went over my little pile of parts and all that sort of stuff, and been looking around, and I come up with these running boards. These running boards were given to me by somebody that dropped into the house. They had the wrapper on them and everything. Never really thought anything about them. I was going to give them to Tim, which is Jolene's stepdaddy. I was going to give them to him, and he didn't want them. He didn't want running boards on his truck. So as I've been looking at them, I'm thinking I could do something with them. So this is what I'm thinking. I have these, they're excellent chrome. They're not Cal's Custom Chrome, but they're chrome. But basically this is what I'm thinking. I can make a chrome stack of these bad boys. I haven't got the right one for the right size, right side. They have a flat spot in them, as you can see. And what I'm thinking is I might take these chrome running boards and make chrome stacks for the truck. You can see how it has a flat spot on this side here, so I could put my bracket in here to hold my stack wherever I want to hold it. Turn it upside down. Which way it goes the best, I'm not sure. Look at that now. There you go. There's the flat spot working in here. Works in there the best. Turn that around for the other side. Let's take this down again, try the other one. But basically what I'm doing is after I got the chrome, I was thinking, geez, I'd like to have more chrome, you know, chrome rock. This is what I'm thinking, is taking these chrome running boards, and I can make chrome stacks for the truck. This would have to be turned down this end. That's no problem. Take that off and run that around, but that can be, I can make a bracket on this flat side to fit the side of the truck, just like so. It can fit wherever, and actually it fits there quite nice. That flat spot does. And then I can take and cut that off and turn that in towards the truck and get the dual exhaust right here. And then I can cut this off up here to give my stack look. Not sure if I want to do it yet, but I probably will, just because I have the opportunity and no money, basically is what I'm thinking. I have also lots more chrome now from, I call it Bad Chad Custom Chrome, but it's Cal's Custom Chrome. We'll give them a little bit of credit. And we want to thank them very much for sending that. But now that I have that, basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to start running maybe a little bit more chrome on it for what I want to do. I'm not sure. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to chrome the mirrors. I have the mirrors here, got some West Coast mirrors here. I actually could chrome the back of these mirrors and chrome the all around there, take them apart and chrome them up. It would match the bumper and the visor. And also what I'm thinking with this truck is that we want to put the race car on the back of it, and we're just playing pretend, really. You know, we can obviously drive the truck and take it anywhere we want to around here, the car shows and stuff. Wouldn't haul the race car to Maine or anything. Like, I mean, that was a 8-hour drive at 115 kilometers an hour. But we want to put the race car on the back, and that way there we could take it 2 car shows around here or anything like that. So I'm probably going to make a back for the truck. I've got a couple things going on in my brain. We have the Bugatti back in the garage. The Jaguar has been pushed out. It's in primer. I did what I said I was going to do. I also did what I said I was going to do, is get the race car ready and take it to Maine. It worked out fantastic, but we got the Bugatti frame back in here. I'm going to put the rack on it. I'm going to show probably today on YouTube me putting the rack on it and what I'm going to do to make it work and make it fit. Because this front end that is on this, I made all the control arms. It was off a 65 Mustang. I made all the control arms so it took an airbag, but the brakes were donated by John Wilson, and they were off a 65 Mustang. So we have a Ford bolt pattern on it, but we're using a Jaguar rack and pinion. Well, the Jaguar rack and pinion tie rod ends do not fit the arms on the Mustang. So I'm going to have to make them fit, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that. So if you're, you know, taking a rack from a different car and going to make it work on what your project is, I'm going to show you how to make the tie rod ends work. I was shown a while back myself, so I'm just going to pass it on down to you. And also just going to play with the truck and maybe put some chrome stacks on it, chrome the mirrors on it. And you know, as we were going down to Maine, I was thinking about all the stuff on the race car that, you know, people said, you know, wouldn't work, like the drive shaft, just everything. And I'm hoping that you realize that everything does not have to be done, what can I say? Everything does not have to be done per se the way you think it needs to be done. It can be done many different ways. There's many ways to skin a cat, and obviously I think we proved that when we took the race car down and had fun. You can do the exact same thing I can do, and Jolene, you can take your beautiful down, or like I call Jolene beautiful, sexy, whatever, but you can do the exact same thing we did. Build a flathead race car, take it down, have a lot of fun. The car was not fast enough. I'm hoping that it was not going to hurt Jolene. The perforated firewall worked excellent. The drive shaft worked excellent. The brakes, the cable, I put cables for brakes on it, them worked excellent. We had a fantastic time, and I wouldn't change it for the world. And I want to thank Eli and all the people that were down there that helped. Al, the guy that gave us a coil and a resistor, the guy that raced Jolene in the truck that I got the film from, I want to thank him. You know, he didn't have to do that. But basically what was going on there, it was not a car show, it was for car enthusiasts. If you realize what a car show is sometimes you walk around the car show and people sort of pick cars apart a little bit here and there, you know. I'm not going there, but basically sometimes that's what happens. At the Pinetree Jamboree, it was not even close to that. It was about everybody helping each other to get on the track. when we first got there, there was one guy there with the rear end right out of his car, transmission, blew the transmission up in it. Somebody helped him rebuild the transmission, put the rear end back in, and got his car running for the show. Quite fantastic. There was no one tearing each other down. It was all about helping each other. Also, when me and Jolene got there, we knew the race car wasn't working good because it didn't work good. We had to push it on the trailer, but we was not being negative about it, saying we're not going. That's not what was going to happen. We were going anyways, and I'm so glad we did, because there was a lot of people there that helped, that jumped in and you know, basically helped us get it rocking and rolling. And I want to thank everybody that got helped it rocking and rolling. I got to meet Joe Sousa. Right on, Joe. You stepped up and helped us. It was fantastic. Also, I wish that I would have given Joe the piece that fell off the car and signed it for him, but next time I see you, Joe, it's yours. Yeah, so basically what I'm going to do today is I'm going to play with the running boards there that I have. Maybe try to make a couple stacks for the truck. Because they're chrome, I'm chroming it out. When in doubt, like Harley Earl said, chrome it out. I know chrome doesn't get you home, but it looks some damn good. And I want to thank Cal's for sending the chrome in the box. Awesome. Today on YouTube, we'll be working on the Bugatti. Jolene's Bugatti has a date to be done. We have the building being started, and they're going for it. So what I'm doing is I want to finish the Bugatti for the new building. So when the new building's up, I got a place to push it and put it into, or not push it, start it and drive it into, and it can be taken care of for Jolene to drive it anytime she feels like it. Just putting the mirrors on right now at this present moment. I went from one side to the other side. This mirror fits on this side obviously, but I'm missing a bracket. Just noticed it. I'm going to have to make one, so I'm just going to take I got some cardboard, some Bristol board. I'm going to make a bracket real quick. So if you got something like this that it's holding you back, just get a piece of Bristol board and go for it. So basically I'm just going to trace it out here. I'm just going to pretend I'm mocking this shape here. I'm going to bring it down here, and it's about yay thick. Yay thick. I've come out that far on the Bristol board, so when I go do this piece, I'm going to have to do the exact same thing. I'm going to have to bring it out that distance there on the end of that to make it look right. So that's basically what I'm doing there. I can't trace it exactly because I'm not taking it off. If I take it off, I could have the chance of stripping them screws or not getting it back on properly. It's on there, and I'm just going to go with it. So that's what I did. I'm just going to mocking that there to there, traced it down there, and then I made this shape here, and I bring it out the distance that I made that, because that's how much longer it has to come out. So I'm just going to cut this. Pair of scissors. I can always make it a little bit, just a little bit bigger in case of whatever. I also can straighten it out at this present time as I'm making this. The reason because, so that's what I'm saying I got as a bracket. I'll make the holes here in a second. I got the plasma cutter set up, but I need a bracket, so I have to make one. I want to put the mirrors on it. Obviously, I think I do anyways. I'm going to put them on. And if there's anything that I do not like on the truck as I get going, I can always take it off. But if I don't have it, I can't take it off. Alrighty. That's what I'm saying what I got for a bracket. I'm going to let that run, and the reason being is I think it's cooling it off, or I'm not sure if it's cooling it off or what it's doing. I want to get my hammer. I'll shut it off here in a second. Just want to chip off the slag. Instead of grinding it off, we'll just chip it off. Pair of vice grips. Probably a bit hot. Got a flapper wheel. See, I knocked off the mic, or the pickup thing there. Don't let that slow you down. Trying to make it look nice. Cleaning up my sneakers at the same time. Making it at an 1/8 plate. It's exactly what that is. I'm going to go to the bench. Use the vise. Something like this I like to do on a fairly quick manner, and the reason I like doing it on a quick manner is because, you know, it's just a bracket to hold. A little bit hot to hold the mirror on, and you can do it in a quick manner, you can do it in a slow manner, whatever way you want to do it. I like to sort of get it done. Get her done. Alrighty, let's take it back over to the truck. Actually, I just want to grind that over there just a little bit more. Do this. Actually, I'll go to the other side. That tracing thing is a wonderful thing, and the reason I say tracing is just because I'm just taking it over and putting it on and eyeing it up and tracing it off. Bought a step drill at Hiltz Auto. Happy with it. I'm going to go a little bit further on each one just so I have a big enough hole. One step down than this one. They're quite nice, eh? Haven't had one for a while, and it's nice to clean it off. Like when you drill it and it has the burrs on it like that, then you take the step bit and furls it down nice. I enjoy it, especially when they work good. Now we got a big hole to put in it. See that screw's loose? Probably could have took that off. I got that distance there, but I'm away from the truck, so this hole is going to change down here a little bit, obviously. Also, with the mirrors, that can be adjusted. The mirrors can be adjusted to fit the hole. Basically, there's the bracket. So I'll throw a little black paint on it. This is satin black. It dries really quick. Does not matter to me. Does not matter to me whether it's perfectly covered or not. The truck's kind of, what can I say, a little bit rusty at the present moment, and it will look just fine if it's got a little couple places missing on the paint. Just going to set it on there, make it black. And there I got my bracket made for the truck. How long did that take? 10 minutes? Basically 10 minutes, and we got a mirror going on the truck, so basically I'll just let that dry, put a couple screws in the top of the door, screw the bracket on, and then I'll be able to bolt the mirrors on. Just like that. Don't let anything stop you.